Welcome to part 2 of Rune Factory 4. We made an interesting new character.
Tell me the dragon's swallowing your bed. Oh, hello.
Pretty much every character in this town has a little quirk. This character is she's narcoleptic, but she's also our first bachelorette, and every bachelor and bachelorette in the game gets their own little anime opening.
She looks at you and goes, ah, forget it.
Looks at you, I don't think so.
Sorry.
Sorry, what? I like this character, she's nice enough. And I like that she's just narcoleptic, she's not actually lazy.
I like her eyes do show that kind of tired, like, what? I'll say, you got, like, purple hair. Seriously?
Are you awake yet?
Chlorica?
Chlorica. She's one of 2 butlers in Waking. The other butler is a bachelor.
Is it the old man? Please tell me it's the old man.
I wish Volcanon was a bachelor.
I would play as the woman and we would have such good dates.
Yes.
But unfortunately, every character, every marryable person needs to look at least 10. And Volcanon looks at least 30.
You know, the proper age for marriage.
Yeah, you know.
Here.
I like how it kind of moves from his happy face to the tired face. They're just like, oh yeah, here. I kept a slice of apple pie in my pocket.
Hint.
Thank you very much.
Her very favorite gift is apple pie.
I'm about to say, thanks for the very non-subtle hint.
Yeah. So I mentioned sleeping as a stat last time. So does eating.
It'd be weird if you went to a place and they're just like, press B to eat. What? I said press B to eat. Wow, what a job. You teach me how to eat, and then you tell me to eat every day. Man, I would be screwed without you.
Maybe Ventuswell gets amnesia too. Once you're fully awake, leave.
Don't go out the front door, you embarrass us. Someone named Pubert, come on.
What?
Oh, by the way, get to work. And you just ate. Oh, I see what you're doing. Is this how the dragon gets slaves? Have this pie.
Are you sure you're a butler in training?
Here, have this pie. No, I said fucking eat it.
Let's see.
I like Pubert. His responses to everyone's weirdness tends to be or ...
I love that anime trope with a giant sweat drop. Imagine that in real life, some guy just ends up going and a big drop bar goes on the ground. That'd be so disgusting.
Well, I'm out of all the salt in my body.
I need water.
Now, right there when I talked to Chlorica, the speech bubble above her head was yellow. That's to signal that you haven't talked to them today. If you do it at least once every day, that increases your friendship with them. You only need to do it once, though. And here's the other butler. It's Vic Mignogna.
Good morning.
It's Vic Parmigiana. I confuse those things on the ground first. I was like, why is this field full of rocks, leaves, and cows? Vishnal.
Yeah, I like Vishnal too.
Amazing.
He's very earnest, but also very cheerful.
Good morning.
I like how it even gives the anime intros for the bachelors, despite the fact that I doubt they have same-sex relationships in a Nintendo game.
No, just too bad.
But they still give you the intro to at least let you know the character.
Ask me
It's not like Story of Seasons where there is a demonstrably far better bachelor than any other bachelorette, but
Huh?
So sweat drop battle, go.
I somehow know already.
Yes.
I love some of the responses you're able to give in this game.
Are you ready?
Be on the lookout for some of the options that you get to choose when you're talking to people. Some of them are so sarcastic.
What the hell did you do? No, God. Build a monster barn?
Build a monster barn.
I want a monster barn in real life.
The challenge is on.
To find my mother and little brother. Okay, I can see this is almost a kind of a fun thing where you're able to grow weapons. That's got to be pretty interesting.
And dungeons. Thing is, we're not able to do that until far later in the game, so I don't know why he's telling me now.
It's to give you a focus to play for the next 60 hours, non-stop.
Vishnell's sort of going over what I mentioned in the last video.
Well,
These are kind of lazy butlers when you think about it, because unless they intentionally covered this field with crap, they've been kind of skirting their responsibilities.
Well, they're not the prince.
thank you.
Also, typhoons don't happen until summer and it's spring, so that's a fair point. Excuse you, Vishnell. What did large size say about me?
Sorry, I caught the Vic laryngitis.
Here. Yes.
You goddamn cheapo.
Yes.
Dispose of said weeds. Do you have to throw it into my face? Here's some water!
Did you have to stuff it in my pants for me?
Sir, my pants are full. Leave it alone.
Yes.
This is how you grow things, like hair.
Give it a try. So here's something I really love about Rune Factory. You can stack things in your hand. Do you know how goddamn convenient that is?
Can you stack different things, or do they have to be the same things?
They have to be the same thing, but there tend to be patches of the same item in the same areas. That was an accident. But that makes picking things up so convenient.
Could you also pick up the sticks? No, I have the cheaper hoe. I can't do that.
Ha! Yeah.
Your HP is going down against that rock.
No, it's because I ate a weed accidentally.
Oh.
Listen, pick up the...
Now right there, I actually harvested a bamboo sprout. The game says you need a scythe for those, but you can just attack it with a sword. Other weapons don't really work, though. What's interesting, there's sort of a blurred line between your tools and your weapons, because you can use your tools as weapons, and in some cases your weapons as tools, depending on what they are.
Here.
I assume you're collecting a lot of these materials to forge into other tools or things? Or are you going to sell them?
Early on, it's better to get up money, because we don't have the means to forge anything or alchemize anything right now. All we can do is just plant crops and make money. It is a good idea to hang on to some of these. Around the time that we're actually able to put weeds, rocks, and twigs to use, the game will give us the items we need in order to use them. So the game is smart about that, but there will be early on somewhat of a point where we're going to be low on inventory space.
You must be tired.
Thank God, now I won't starve to death.
Yes.
Now, what would I name the farm run by Pubert the Rat Man?
The hunger hole.
One of those words is right.
The hole.
Selfie is the name of the town we live in.
I knew it was the hole.
The Rat Hole.
What a touching name.
RP accounts for pretty much every action you do. Thankfully, if you just accidentally use one of your tools, it doesn't go down. And weapons, I don't think use your RP at all unless you do a special attack.
Which is really good for farming.
Here.
This is why it's a good idea to go to bed at a reasonable time, go to the baths, eat every day, because all those little skills alongside farming increase your RP.
Now, if you excuse me, I have to ride off on my Vic Llama.
Are these all jokes about Vic Mignogna I don't know about?
No, just stop making them. Maybe they are.
Because he is voiced by Vic Mignogna. I looked it up.
It's pretty obvious when every voice sounds like Vic. That's his shtick. His shtick Mignogna.
See, look, just sowing seeds, I'm increasing my farming skill.
Vic looks incredibly impressed. You just go, "Ugh," just start throwing seeds everywhere.
I like that. As we upgrade our tools, we'll be able to charge them and do more, but seeds you can charge and throw them around right from the start. I like that as well. Obviously, the game is stuck at 8 AM right now because it's a tutorial, but every time we wake up in the morning, it's at 6. That gives us 2 hours to put anything into the shipping bin that I might have forgotten about, that I had meant to sell, or if there was something in there that I decided I don't want to sell yet. It's a remarkably user-friendly game.
Now, is your character build randomized? Because I noticed that, like, the stats were way different. Like, your attack was 6 and your defense was 2. Like, do you have any control over that? Like, at the beginning?
Morning.
I think you just start off at a base level, but every little thing you do increases your stats.
Okay.
So the Rune Factory games, the main characters are all Earthmates. They're the people that are able to work the land and develop runes from it. So it's not necessarily that we're the prince, it's that the prince is an Earthmate.
Headbutts him. Oh, I made it worse.
Yes. Yeah.
As long as I could change from this stupid name.
Ventuswill.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought she was gonna eat me.
Nope, I still feel like a pubert.
Wait, you're my mom.
Why don't you just give up?
Why don't you just give up?
I love that coaching. At first you don't succeed, give up. Where do you think you're going? There's farming to be done. Of course it is. This is my home now.
When you come back, clean this big sweat blob you left.
It's everywhere.
So I like that we have this little cutscene where we go out and meet all the locals. But in part 2-2, which will be going up at the same time as this, I still have to introduce myself to everyone.
That's the local gang. What the hell?
I don't like any of them.
Send me back, please.
Throw me back in the sky.
You know, you're only saying that so I keep farming for you. That's pretty obvious. You're probably still a prince, though. You said I was a prince. I never said I was a prince.
Jeez.
That's a good point, Ventuswil. We don't know what happened to his old life.
What?
There could be a very concerned family waiting for him.
Or a vengeful one.
Excuse me.
Who are you?
So the jig is up. She shoots him down.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, if you got a new prince, I'm going home. What's up with this Star of David book?
I don't know. I'm not sure what that is.
It's really hard when I cut out the very corners of the book. Now it's extremely sharp.
And very hard to read.
Brown Bear went to the... and ate... I just assume the rest of the words.
Now.
I'm a dumbass. I do like this. Ventuswil just throws me under the bus.
We have one who's just a person with amnesia and an actual prince. I know. Both of them farm. Now eat this pie.
I don't think we ever hear this music anywhere else. If anything, I don't recognize it.
Come inside.
Oh no, yeah. Come inside.
So first you're making me farm for you, then you kick me out of your own house. Nani? We keep on saying Nani. Not at all.
Excuse me.
Arthur doesn't care. I think he knows that Ventuswil was lying. That it's her fault that all this happened.
No. What?
I don't want to be a prince.
You know, I don't want to be a prince if it just requires me to farm and get yelled at by a dragon.
So we've got a Prince and the Pauper plot. Sort of.
Look, the only way they're gonna believe that you're me is if you get this haircut and this pointy book.
You kind of got the haircut. Just needs more of a fringe.
So here's the question, and it's probably obvious. If you play the female, does the design of this character change?
No. The only reason Ventuswil assumes that we're a prince is because I think Volcanon suggests it, and she's like, okay.
Good enough for me.
So it has nothing to do with the fact that the male character looks vaguely like Arthur. It's just he fell out of the sky, I guess he's important.
I'm just talking about more on the Prince and Pauper thing going on. You know, if a girl fell, is it kind of more of a princess or still confused for a prince?
Oh no, it has nothing to do with us actually trading places with Arthur. We're just doing his job for him.
Oh, fuck that. That's so... What an asshole. Tell you what, how about I keep the name and you do my work? That sounds like a great deal for me. Bow before me, peasant, is the right answer. Yes! Damn it, you took it out of context. I meant it to be negative.
Thank you very much.
Sorry, I fell asleep.
That's true.
Might suggest a hole in the ground, you asshole.
Here, I dug a bunch of them out back.
I'll just throw seeds all over you.
Maybe you'll grow into someone honest. No, speed up. Oh, wait.
Oh, fuck you! What do you mean playing the part? I'm just doing the work. He's still the prince. Ugh.
Like your actual memories.
I feel like anytime you start remembering, that dragon's just gonna thump you as hard as you can in the back of the head.
You still remember who you are? No? Perfect.
It is odd hearing that high-pitched, friendly voice coming out of a giant dragon.
I mean, obviously, there's no biology in design, but usually the larger and longer your vocal cords are, the deeper your voice is, so... Just a tiny baby one in there. Barely makes out of the mouth.
Well, maybe her vocal cords are only in, like, her chin.
Maybe this dragon can't talk and just swallowed a young woman. Just a mutual parasitic relationship. I will bring you food through my esophagus as long as you talk for me.
Here, Ventuswil is hinting at another gameplay mechanic. Every little thing that we do, like around town and out in the overworld, like shipping crops, doing jobs, talking to people, those will, in a sense, increase how the townspeople feel about us. And that allows us to do more around the town. We'll be going into specifics later. But it's sort of a good nebulous explanation for one of the game's mechanics.
I love that hat on that box.
Yeah. It does look a little like there's a mouth, but the jaw's broken.
Help me. I was the last prince.
But I'm gonna keep talking.
I'm tired of talking, leave. Huh? Ow.
So I just got a skill up from running.
I think I had skill up for lying.
So the request box is a character.
Explains the hat, I guess.
That's two non sequiturs within 5 seconds of each other.
I'm sorry, but I would be disturbed by the thought that I'm gonna have to put things in and out of the request box that can talk to me. Let me fill your mouth with letters. Okay.
I can't breathe! I'm joking.
Just kidding, I feel nothing. Kind of sad, I know, right? I love all like the ooh, big responsibilities. Ooh.
So here's our first request. The majority of the requests we're going to be doing for this first season, practically, is a tutorial stuff. But every one we do will unlock new tools that we can do things with, new things around town that we can do. Up to a point, a lot of the requests are doing little things like harvesting a specific crop or a specific level of crop, which will unlock new seeds that we can get at the store. And for some reason, only now are we getting the cutscene with Arthur.
It's you. Would you like to talk for a little?
Where did you put that crystal sphere? I don't remember you having that.
Really?
And no, you cannot have my poncho.
But yes, Arthur is a bachelor.
You know what, screw you. Even if I had a co-character, no. My heart belongs to another. What the hell?
Yeah, there's a dash.
Sir Pubert.
Le pube. And eat it like I do.
How's your mission going? Oh, my mission's talking to you. Oh. Well. Mission accomplished.
And now we go into the actual points version of everyone liking you. The order symbol is where we're able to enact our duties as prince.
Actually,
Wait a minute. Wasn't he leaving like 2 seconds ago?
Well, now he has to come back in order to tell me how to do this.
Being a prince, it's my job to keep you on your toes.
well,
So the prince now gives you orders too. Yep, you're definitely royalty.
Prince points.
Prince points.
yes.
Those are the points version of everyone likes you, they're willing to do things for you. I do appreciate that this little dialogue between me and Arthur goes into sort of the implications of me just ordering around people.
Trust me.
You got 50 tyrant points.
First thing I'm gonna do is increase the size of my backpack. Ultimately, I'll be able to upgrade it to 60 slots. But that's gonna be a lot further on. When I get to around 45, that's about as much space as you could need for a full day. This is what I mean. Isn't it a little oppressive?
It's your job to be kind of a dick.
Like,
I want to make people mad. You don't need to worry about that. Just turn your emotions off.
That does describe Arthur decently well.
Turn it off like a light switch. Just go flick.
Or wink.
I can't see now. There you are.
So I do like Arthur's explanation of it. Basically, only when you have enough prince points can you give any order. Therefore, only when people respect you enough will they do what you ask them to do. You have to earn the right to order people around.
That's really weird. That's an order! We don't like you, though. Oh, well, never mind then.
Now you give me 1,000 prince points.
You should have noticed your prince points just went up. How do you notice he just shoves a bunch of prince points in your pockets?
Looking at it, I think the prince point symbol is the same thing that Arthur is holding in his hand. Maybe just a different color? It's hard to tell, but... maybe he's just carrying a book of prince points around and he's just keeping them from me.
You just reading the prince points?
This is why I'm cool. Chapter 3.
Here.
Listen, buddy. This is your job.
Because go to anywhere in the world and ask the locals, how great are tourists, am I right?
That's true.
People love authority, don't they?
Rune Factory 4 and the facts of life.
Good luck.
Princes do farm work, people love tourists, and everyone will do what you tell them to.
I order a festival.
This is another mechanic related to being a prince. We want to bring in tourists to Selphia. The more tourists we bring in, the more we're able to do from the order board.
What the hell's a defluffing festival?
Great.
Basically, we just attack a giant sheep.
Good afternoon.
It's pretty fun, actually. But in order to bring tourists to the town, we need to spend our prince points in order to have festivals set up. Almost every time where I reach 1,000, I'll have another festival started. Just so that I can keep those up.
So they refill regularly then?
As you do things, yeah. I feel like a couple of tourists will show up if you do other things around town. But mostly it's when you have a festival. There are some festivals that will always be ready on the calendar, but there are some you have to start from the order board.
Good luck.
Wink!
Yes.
Among other things.
See, I don't like this guy.
And you'll
Funk.
just pooed out a box full of more seeds.
What do I do?
And by completing the request, I got an extra bit of prince points. I didn't realize this. I have, quote-unquote, beaten the game in my other save file. And these are other things we could do once you've unlocked that.
You've already unlocked them because you pretty much 134 houred it.
Yeah, basically.
Change appearance, wow.
Yeah. If I wanted, I could look like the female character or any other person in town. Including a few of them we haven't even seen yet.
Well, don't spoil us. I'd like to be able to maybe see him just change, like, hair or something.
There's not much of that. Down the line we will get accessories and what have you, and eventually be able to change his outfit, but, like, the face and the hair will always stay the same.
Now you're given more ridiculous responsibility. But now it makes me mad because I know there's a guy that's supposed to be doing it, but he's skirting out on his responsibility going, for gardening, hey buddy, do you want to be a prince?
He sort of has an excuse in that he wants to focus on his trade work.
Which is drinking.
Arthur's a decent enough guy, he's keeping busy, but these are his responsibilities.
His responsibilities is making princes everywhere he goes. I feel like you're not the only one he's gotten to this deal.
But that was part 2-1. 2-2 will be me talking to all of the townsfolk. There is so much dialogue in this game. There will be several updates where there will be a part -2, but there won't be commentary for it, because that will be entirely dialogue. There will be commentary for part 2-2, though, because I will be doing some other things alongside it, and we do want to meet the characters. It's a very interesting cast in this game.
I look forward to meeting the people.